What do we have for Virgo? The Sun, Leo energy at the foundation of the reading, Virgo. What a way to start. The most high vibrational card in the tarot, right at the foundation, the root chakra of your reading. Virgo, in recent months, I feel that you have overcome quite a lot of obstacles in your life. These can vary from work dynamics to situations with your family, friends, ex-partners. But there's this energy here now where you are looking down the path of your new beginning, which is seemingly just on the horizon line. As you can see here, we have this vantage point of you, right? Just very free. It feels very liberated. And the sun is right here. And I feel your new beginning is just out there somewhere. It's not far off now. But what I was feeling intuitively leading up to the reading was an energy of patience, Virgo. You want so badly to hit the ground running, and you will. But I feel that there's some reorganizing, which is your energy, so this is everything you're good at, that needs to be done before you make your next step. In other words, Virgo, your next move has to be your best move. I feel that you have some different options laid out before you, and you're trying to figure out which way to go. But I feel in order to make the right decision, you need to inject patience into the equation. So the decision you're making isn't based off of any sort of time constraints. This is incredibly important right now, Virgo, because I feel that you're right on the precipice of this major change, but it's as if there's this kind of test from the universe. It's as if the universe is trying to find out if you have learned everything you need to learn to be able to have this new beginning and not drag along any old residual energy with you. And I do feel you are going to make the right decision here, Virgo. You know in your heart of hearts which way you are meant to go. You feel it. There's something brewing. Something is being illuminated to you, the path forward. But despite what obstacles you may need to overcome in the here and now to get to said destination, you will find yourself consumed by the feeling of success inside this new beginning. What do we have at the sacral, please? Six of Swords, Aquarius energy at the sacral. And what a perfect card to follow after everything that I've said. This is the movement. This is your rite of passage. This is you moving beyond some sort of cycle that I feel brought you quite a lot of pain, Virgo. And as you can see here, we have the ferryman, and then there you are, Virgo. Some of you may have children, a child, something like this. I'm hearing for some of you it could even represent pets that are like your children, but there's just an indication here of you moving on to better days. Some of you could quite literally be relocating, some form of traveling here. It feels like it's taken everything to get to this point, just to have the option to be able to do this. I feel that a lot of you were dealing with individuals that were trying to keep you trapped inside a karmic cycle by way of narcissistic projection. I'm also picking up something, and I wrote this in my notes leading up to this reading, surrounding individuals trying to trigger you to get you to come to the dark side. What do we have the solar plexus, please? Wow. Hermit, Virgo, that is your energy here. Right there at the solar plexus. Virgo, if you're trying to figure out what option to take, which way to go, whatever this represents for you, you need to up your spiritual practices, whether this is meditation or something else that you do. You need to increase all this because I feel that some of you are in this space where you don't know what to do. You don't know what decision to make. You just know a decision needs to be made. There's also an indication here of you being careful not to repeat any past mistakes, which could lead to you being stuck inside this energy again. And that's very much a hermit in reverse kind of energy. And what leads to that is you not actually connecting like we are suggesting here and making sure that the decisions that you are making moving forward are coming from source, your higher guidance. This is one of those energies, Virgo, where you take some time out, almost like a little mini vacation or just a break, so you can find yourself in a place of peace and actually hear yourself breathing, right? just really represents a dead kind of silence. I feel that it's in this space that you quite possibly might come to a conclusion in regards to which way you're going to move or what decision or what option you're going to go with. This energy here surrounds something relating to this new timeline that you're preparing to engage with, Virgo. But there seems to be this space that you need to enter into in the 11th hour. Virgos don't like to waste time. Virgos are go-getters, and they want to get up and get to it as quickly as possible and find themselves in this new space without delay. However, what I'm channeling through for you here is suggesting that there needs to be a very delicate approach to this decision that you are going to make. It's not one of these decisions you make by flipping a coin, Virgo. It's a decision you make through forms of meditation and waiting for the download, waiting for the sign from the divine. There's something about this beginning, Virgo, that is going to determine the rest of your life. And some might argue that every moment determines the rest of our life. It's true, but this feels monumental. This is one of those big lefts or big rights. It's not just a little curve. Hope I'm making myself clear here, Virgo. There's something about this decision that feels final, which is interesting because typically when I have messages like this come through, it will usually be followed with, well, you can always start over and try again if it doesn't work out. And that's not to say you can't do this, but this just seems big. It just seems like a lot of work is going into this one. It's the energy of somebody who is deciding whether or not they should move to one side of the country or the other. Something like this, right? You want to try and get it right the first time. And interestingly enough, I've done this before. I've gotten it wrong a couple times too. I've even done this with other countries. And every time that I've gotten it wrong, it takes about 3 or 4 years to recover from, to get back to where I was before I made that decision. Just an example, Virgo, but it's something big like this. And on this depiction of the Hermit, it looks like you're standing on top of a globe, right? And there's this snake that's about to slither underneath your robe here, almost as if you can't see it. I feel like that snake holds some kind of influence. It's a kind of spirit that doesn't want you to make the right decision. Now, this could quite literally be somebody in your life. It could be somebody that wants to keep you stuck. But I feel that the message there is to make sure you are not seeking opinions or guidance from any outside sources. This is one of those times, Virgo, where the best guidance is going to come from within, by way of source, the divine, and the downloads you receive. What do we have at the heart, please? Two of Wands, Aries energy at the heart. And there you are again, right? With the globe. Looks like the world there. We have the globe in your hand right here. This is all about planning. This is following everything I just said. This whole energy here is about your future, making the right decision for your family, your children, of course, yourself, something like this. You know what it is, Virgo? You need to remove yourself from the here and now. I talk about this all the time, and I'm getting it here strongly. It's one of these decisions where you need to look at the long-term trajectory of the path forward. You need to think ahead for this one, Virgo. It's interesting because quite often we'll talk about don't overthink things, just, be more like the fool and take a leap of faith and be spontaneous. But no, this isn't one of those. There is most definitely a new beginning here, but this one requires some very calculated moves here, Virgo. I just see you in my mind's eye with a pen and a pad, and you're just writing down very detailed plans. It's almost like you're making columns. Okay, if I go with this option, this is how it's going to look. Another column, your second option, third option, another column. And you just put as much detail as possible in there, Virgo. And, they're really emphasizing this energy here because there's something incredibly important at the end of all of this. Could be an opportunity that you come across, a new career path. Could be somebody you meet. It could be you relocating somewhere and your children grow up there and it helps align them with their path and purpose. There's just really no way of knowing exactly what it is because it's going to be different for all of you out there. And this Two of Wands, in reverse, it's an energy of small thinking. It's an energy of your plans falling apart and you're not putting a proper plan in place. It can also be an energy of fear in the unknown. See, this isn't the energy you need to take on for this particular decision and beginning here. You need to be fully in control here, fully prepared. As little as possible should be unexpected to you, Virgo. And again, patience. Take your time. There's no rush, although I can feel the Virgo collective wanting to hurry up and get moving. It's interesting because the past few days I've been getting a lot of Virgos leaving comments underneath other zodiac sign readings asking for this reading. And usually this happens, but there just seem to be more Virgos than usual doing this. And that's all a part of the message. It's like a whole collective of you out there are going through a similar energy. Different circumstances, but a similar energy. It's like you're standing on the threshold of the rest of your life, Virgo. Ah, beautiful. That's exactly what it is. You're looking out over this vastness. You're excited. What do we have at the throat, please? Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the throat. Unbelievable. Further reiterating the message here, quite often when I get this card, I channel through what I just said. You're standing on the edge of the rest of your life, or you're getting ready to go through the portal, or you're standing on the threshold of this new beginning. And this is exactly what this card represents for me. This is the cycle of life. It represents your destiny, right? This represents this turning point, but it's also indicating you taking on this big picture vision, right? Which is what I just mentioned about projecting as far out as you can to see how things are going to look. When I mentioned that this particular decision is a big one, right? It's like a hard left or a hard right. It's not just a little curve in the road. It's like all the decisions you've made up until this point, Virgo, have just been little curves. You're kind of going here and going there. But now it's like you're literally at a crossroads. And each direction from where you're standing doesn't really allow for you to see the big picture. See, when you take this universal vantage point, right, it's like you're looking down over the crossroads, like you're an eye in the sky, like you're looking at your life from the universe's eyes. It's like you've got a drone, right? And you're flying the drone up as high as you possibly can to try and see what's down the end of each road. Virgo, this is your territory. You're all about organization and planning, which is interesting because I feel that this has to do with this test, right? It's really speaking about you stepping into your power like you never have before. This new chapter, this new season in your life is monumental. You haven't experienced this yet, Virgo. Doesn't matter how young or old you are. This is something that's happening collectively. It's almost like a paradigm shift, right? It's just never been felt or experienced before. And so here you are, being put to the test by the universe, and not for any other reason, but only to see if you're ready for it, right? And this is a vibrational shift as well. See, each archetype, we have our shadow, and then we have our highest vibration. Most of your shadow is going to have to do with your south node. That's essentially where you're coming from. Your north node being where you're going. And there's many different benchmarks as you're shifting vibrationally. There's many different evolutions to your energy, Virgo. And it's as if this one here is the next evolution up on your trajectory to aligning with your highest possible vibration of yourself. Timelines are accessed by all the decisions we make in the here and now, just like I said earlier on in the reading. And who's to say what's right and what's wrong? But I genuinely believe that there is the most optimal decision that you can make, but you're going to have to do your absolute best to try and readjust your perspective, like I'm suggesting here for you, Virgo. What do we have at the third eye, please? Lovers, Gemini energy at the third eye. Unbelievable. Here I am talking about vibration, right? And we get the Lovers, which is all about alignment and calibration. In a reading like this, it speaks about you bringing your masculine and feminine traits into balance, right? See, this is something that we're all working to do in pretty much any given moment. We have these very rare miracles that take place in our life where we calibrate for a split moment. People come to me all the time wanting to know how to balance their chakra system, where they have blockages. And I always tell them that your chakra system is never really completely balanced and unblocked for any extended period of time. You would probably have to be a monk sitting in a bell tower, getting swept with selenite wands 24/7, right? And this right here is a selenite wand. It's for clearing blockages. But you have to do it constantly, because the environment that we live in, inside our reality, everything around us is compounding together to keep us out of whack, so to speak, right? But what I'm seeing here is a moment that you have. And I feel that this is what takes place during this hermit energy that you're being advised to find yourself in, right? Which is your highest vibration, right? So you getting into that space so you can make a proper calculated decision on how to move here. And it's as if when you get in the space, for the sake of example, let's say you go into a form of meditation, you really connect, you feel it. It's as if you're receiving the downloads, and in that moment, the divine clears out your chakra system so you can receive a very precise blueprint on how you're to move. It's as if everything crystallizes in that moment. And on this Lover's card, we can see these two individuals standing on the edge of what looks to be this land. It's like new territory, right? And see how there's the apple tree with the snake here. I just heard something around, I just heard tempting offer. Now, there's a lot of different ways that can show up, okay? But I just feel that that speaks about what I said earlier, about being careful who you are taking offers from right now, who you're taking advice from right now. Say somebody presents you with a job opportunity or just an opportunity in general. And they say, okay, just move here and blah, 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 right? That's the sort of thing you need to watch out for, okay? If it's too good to be true right now, Virgo, it is, all right? You need full reliance on yourself for this one. Don't set yourself up for letdown here, because the path back from this is going to be tough. What do we have at the crown, please? The moon, Pisces energy at the crown. Oh, wow. And look at the expression on the moon's face, right? It's the expression of somebody who feels let down. Something hidden. The sun, the moon, wow. Got a lot of ringing in my left ear right now, Virgo. There's a warning here. Some of you are going to be offered something. I feel like this is a bad offer. There's something here that's not right, but this is going to be illuminated to you. You're going to feel this one in your gut, Virgo. But for some of you, I feel like the reason this is happening is so you're aware of where you are at in accordance with this narrative that we're speaking here. Now, what I mean by this is, I feel like this is a sign from the universe that all of this is unfolding in your life, okay? That part's not going to be for all of you. But for some of you, this is going to come across your path, and you're going to go, oh my God, that came through in that reading. And this is going to be an indication that the other option that doesn't connect to this one is the right decision to make. I had to wrap my head around that for a minute, but that's exactly how they wanted me to say it. The other part of the message with this moon has to do with your intuition. Your path forward is going to be illuminated to you by the downloads and the intuitive guidance you receive. The alternate path is going to be presented to you by some sort of, I just heard outside entity, okay? Emphasis on entity. The slithering snake, right? And there it is again. Snake, snake, snake. And I feel that's the snake right there, right? Underneath the moonlight with the 2, 4, 6, is that 10 crows? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I think that's 10 crows. You may even see or hear a murder of crows, right? Leading up to this. And for those of you that don't know, a murder of crows is just another way of speaking about a group of crows. And that term actually came to be because crows had a tendency to scavenge the battlefield after a war which led to that term. I feel that that description speaks on something, Virgo. I don't think I meant to try and analyze that any further. I think that one is just meant to be left with all of you to sit with. And I'm hearing you'll know when it's time, or you'll know when you know. There's a lot of veiled messages here, Virgo. This is how they want me to deliver it to you, though. All right, let's keep going. What do we have at the foundation, please? Oh, that card really flipped around. 5 of Pentacles, Gamigan. Taurus energy. The Sun stacked with the 5 of Pentacles. This 5 of Pentacles, this represents poverty, worry, financial loss, everything horrible. The polar opposite of the Sun. It's like this is down one path, this is down the other. You know, for a group of you as well, I'm starting to hear something surrounding romantic connections, and I got flooded with scenes in my mind's eye from the movie The Notebook, right? She picked the wrong guy, right? And then she went back to the other guy, Noah, right? Is that his name? And then they were together for the rest of their life. But either way, that can really speak for everybody. You know, it's just an example how one decision can alter the trajectory of your life. And I think they didn't come back together for like 7 years, right? Which speaks on what I said about the path back being long and not that easy to make. Wow. And then right on the bottom of the deck, I have the Hermit again. But this Hermit is essentially Hermit in reverse. So this is somebody who's gone the wrong way, right? They're just kind of aging out. What do we have? The Sacral, please. 8 of Swords, Folklore, Gemini energy. Yeah, there's this energy of restriction down this one path. It's like everything looks good, and then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, it just shifts, it changes. And there's this sense of feeling trapped, right? 7 years. I think the reason why I channeled The Notebook was because of the 7 years he waited for her to come back. That could be how long it would take for you to turn this around if you don't make the right decision here, Virgo. You know, and I've experienced the exact narrative from The Notebook. It's happened to me in my own life, and I've seen it happen to other people. People choosing the wrong person because on the surface, somebody else, something else looks better. But underneath it all, it's much different. That could also speak highly about the message here, Virgo. It's not so much what something looks like on the surface. And this is obviously a big problem that we have in this society, this day and age, because everybody's just attracted to shiny things. But it's not real. It's all superficial. So you Virgos out there that may be dealing with the situation where there is some sort of decision you need to make in matters of love, be careful. Okay, how you move here. Don't make a shallow decision, all right? We're all human. I get it. I've made some real poor decisions in my time before I knew better. But whatever decision you make, Virgo, for whatever this represents for you, whether it's a person, opportunity, a move, get to the soul of things. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. 3 of Wands, Vool. Aries energy at the solar plexus. Ooh, I just got a lot of heat on the back of my neck, Virgo. Unbelievable. This 3 of Wands is all about untrustworthy partners. This is the kind of person who takes a dreamer's approach, right? This is somebody who has no foresight. Exactly what we just channeled through is now coming up right here. See, wow. It's amazing how these messages come together because this decision, right, making this wrong decision is the test. It's like the Virgos who make this decision and take the shallow offer don't elevate to the new timeline. The universe says, you obviously haven't learned the lessons you need to learn to graduate on to the next cycle. It's like this right here, for some of you, is the test that's sent through. And you won't know right away, Virgo. It's usually about 6 months to a year into this decision you made that you're hit with the realization that you might have quite possibly made the wrong decision. Something just doesn't look so beautiful anymore. Something starts to fade away. There's a great opportunity for elevation, success, and happiness here, Virgo. Again, you're standing right there on the edge, right on the threshold. But now is one of those moments where you look with the eyes of your soul. Don't look with the naked eye, because there's a veil, there's a filter, there's rose-colored glasses. Use the eyes of your soul. Open your third eye, and then make your decision. What do we have at the heart, please? Vapula. Wow. Disability and immorality, the world. I mean, they just keep driving this message home. This world is an energy of things being incomplete. It's representing there being a kind of unfinished lesson, right? Which speaks about what I said here. And see how this person is disabled, right? They've got a broken arm. And it's like they're pulling this, it looks like a panther with wings, but there's just this sort of burdening energy here. It's like they're dragging along some sort of entity, some sort of heavy weight. This is the energy, oh wow. I was going to say this is the energy of people making the wrong decision, right? And now they have to walk around some beast that represents the decision, the thing, the person, whatever it is, that once looked good on the surface. Now it's a beast of burden, which is what I just heard. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, Mizrael, self-atonement. Energy of reparations here. It's like making the wrong decision, like resets the game. It's like having to go back to the beginning of a level and start all over again. You know, before I went through my awakening, this reading right here is very similar to what I felt like I was repeating over and over again for decades. But this is the energy of somebody graduating on from a cycle, but right there in the 11th hour, you're presented with a test. I'm also hearing something surrounding the right path forward isn't always the most comfortable in the immediate moment, right? Might be a little bit of a bumpy ride. Don't make a decision based off of something being smooth sailing, right? Because you don't know what storms may be up ahead. It's like looking down two roads and seeing one road as being really winding. And you're like, you know what? That looks like it's probably not the road I need to take. And then you look down the other road and it's just a straight shot as far as your eyes can see. But what you don't see is the drop-off at the end of that straight shot highway, okay? I think that says it all, Virgo. And then I have Moloch, the devil, right on the bottom of the deck. Look, he's waving at you. Hi, Virgo, I'm waiting for you. What do we have at the throat, please? Ace of Cups, Nethael. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. God, the King of Heaven. Rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God, gives long life. Whenever I get this card, it looks like somebody holding a trophy. I know it's a cup, but there just seems to be an energy of success here. And sometimes, not all the time, when I look at this card, I see this outline of a dog right there, right? Like there's its snout, you can see dog's arm, right? Body. I'm hearing something surrounding pets right now and the divine. Some of your pets are your guides. Oh, I just got the message. Okay. Your pets, for those of you who have them, or your children, okay, as well. There's a big connection here between children and pets are also going to help you make this decision. They're able to see a side of something that you can't see, Virgo, right? It's like the innocence of a child is able to see in a way that we can't. It's like they sense something. Could be a person, could be a place. Pay attention. Ask your children. See how your pets are reacting to people, places, whatever it is. All of these things are going to work in tandem to help you make the right decision here. And I have Temperance on the bottom of the deck. And before I started this reading, I saw Temperance in my mind's eye, right? Which is all about the patience. Dimabia, the world again at the third eye. God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. So we have the world here twice. plus the Wheel of Fortune. This is a big energy here. This represents whole new life cycles, Virgo. There's completion here as you're graduating on from this timeline. Some of you are going to pass with flying colors, okay? This is just your confirmation that this is on the horizon line for you. And then there's others of you that need to do a little bit of work, so you do make the right decision, okay? This world is right underneath this Lovers at that third eye position. There's travel here for some of you, but overall it's an energy of accomplishment I'm picking up. And what I said about your children, right? It's like, you see that little cherub there, right? It looks like a child pointing at the globe, right? Oh, right there, right? The innocence of your children will navigate you. I heard that so clearly. What do we have for Virgo to close this out? The Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy at the crown to close out the reading. Nethea, the generous god, spiritual wisdom and magic, helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. This is all about you turning this vision into reality, Virgo, moving in a very skilled and determined fashion, very calculated. Like I said earlier on in the reading, this is all about you turning this vision into reality, Virgo. It's here, but you got to focus. You got to concentrate. You have to put all your skills to action. And I feel for you, Virgo, it's just you harnessing all your greatest qualities to be able to make the right decision here. This is an energy of personal mastery in you manifesting your highest goals, Virgo. You're about to master the art of manifestation through your focus, willpower, and action. You've learned to use your intuition and confidence to manifest your deepest desires into reality. This is much more than material success. This reflects your spiritual growth. You've achieved this state of wholeness and completion, and you're now ready to embark on this new spiritual journey. This is one of those rare moments, Virgo, where you feel the divine source energy rush through your chakra system and align you, even if just for a brief moment, with your higher self and the entire universe at large to make one of the most important decisions of your life. You have the full backing of the divine, and I know that you'll make the right decision, Virgo. I can already see you in the new beginning. Virgo, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Virgo. Take care.